Okay, so today we have our question that asks, what solution can we dream to solve problems with heat in our world? And we're describing the effect of heat on an object. So, what happens when we heat an object? All right, remember our rule number 2 is caring for the environment. How can you create a space right now that you'll be safe and successful in today? So think about your noise level and your comfort and your needs. So do you need to keep a bottle of water or a snack nearby? Do you need to sit up so that you don't feel drowsy? Do you need to make sure you have good lighting and there's not a lot of noise around you? Do you have headphones? So anything you can do to make sure you're going to be successful today. Okay? Your vocabulary you're going to need for today, and you'll do a matching activity in your Nearpod for this. Thermal energy, expand, particle, which means the smaller parts of matter that make up the whole, melt, and evaporate. Okay? So when something is heated, more heat causes things to expand. When heat conducts or goes to an object, it makes the parts of it spread out or expand. Now, when they're expanding, we see this as melting. So we have our popsicle over here that's melting. What's happening is the parts of it are spreading out and they're not staying together anymore. Okay. We also know this as evaporating. So the water that was in this lake is now rising and spreading out too. Heat can also cause this to happen to a liquid. Melting, like the popsicle, is when heat causes something to go from a solid to a liquid. Evaporating is when heat causes a liquid to turn into a gas. I'll say that one more time. Melting is when heat causes a solid to go to a liquid. Evaporating is when heat causes a liquid, like this lake, to turn into a gas. Now, water is the only thing that has an exception to that rule. When water gets heated, it actually takes up less space. Okay? When it's frozen, it expands. So, water is a little bit tricky and a little different. So, don't let water trick you. What I want you to do now is watch this video, and then there are some questions in the video that I want you to answer. Okay, but I'm going to keep going for this. Heating means evaporate. So let's look at evaporate one more time. Evaporate means the particles move faster and they have enough energy to spread out and they rise. So that's how we see clouds up in the sky. That's how water gets into the sky to make clouds. And that's also what happens when something that's boiling starts to steam. Okay? Or we have moisture that goes above our pot of boiling liquids or a pot of boiling water. That's because that liquid has evaporated. Evaporate is when a liquid turns into a gas. Heat also means melting. So when something melts, heat causes the particles of matter to speed up and spread out, and they turn from solids to liquids. Now, we can't see those little particles just with our eyes. We see them all moving together as melting. So we have some metal inside of this container that has melted and it's molten. It's turned bright red and orange, but it's spreading out and moving down together. But those particles are starting to spread out. And the same thing is happening with this ice cube. Okay, this ice cube's now taking up more space. Okay, it was taking up more space here, but when it melts, now it's spreading out. Okay, I want you to stop the video now. Watch the video that is right here, thermal expansion. That just means when something gets hot and it expands, and it's going to ask you some questions about it. And then I want you to do the rest of your Nearpod lesson for today. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.